welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Brittni Mora. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. It is free. Go ahead and like this video as well, and I love to hear from you, so comment below how this video spoke to you today. And today we are back with a part 2 of a very special episode. It's bearing it all, from a porn star to a preacher and just everything in between. And so I'm welcoming back my good friend Alyssa Rossi. Give her a little follow. We'll tag her Instagram right here.
We're super excited to kick off the next couple of questions. So we heard last from Brittni, just a couple behind the scenes and some information about her we don't know. And I wanted to follow up with, what do people not know about you? What's one thing you'd want people to know about you?
One thing that I would want people to know about me is, when I got into the porn industry, I started to really dumb myself down because I felt like the type of men that were watching my scenes wanted a dumb version of me. It was like my alter ego. Jenna Presley was like a dumb brunette or a dumb blonde, just whatever color my hair was. But I was actually a straight A student in high school, and I was on the honor roll, and I took, obviously advanced placement classes, and when I went to college, I got approved for advanced placement in all of my courses. I was an intelligent woman who just happened to dumb myself down for the character.
Aren't we glad that she doesn't do that anymore? When you were with your girlfriends, in the porn industry, did you guys ever talk about what you would do after? What your big plans were?
Yeah, we would talk about it. I mean, there were actually women who were in the industry that were, in med school, and this was how they paid their way through college. So
wow.
You did have there was another woman I knew that was studying to be a lawyer, a psychologist. So there were some of those, true smarties in the industry. For me, when I was in that industry, I honestly thought that I made my bed and now I had to lie in it, because I would see, teachers that got fired from their schools just for having lingerie photos. And so I would think thoughts like, oh my gosh, if this woman got fired for lingerie photos with everything I've done, nobody's ever going to hire me. So I started to build my future around the porn industry because I felt stuck. And so I started thinking okay, well, one day I'm not going to perform anymore. I'm going to be a director. I'm going to be a producer. But thank God that he had other plans.
Yeah, that's great. Would not have wanted Brittni to do anything else than the thing she's doing now. So that's awesome. What would you say to people who are struggling with a porn addiction right now? So maybe not necessarily people who are in it, but people who are stuck in that world.
If you are battling with a porn addiction, or really with any sort of addiction, I would say that first and foremost, you need to seek God on a daily basis. The reason for this is that in your weakness, God's strength is made perfect. And so the more time that you spend in the presence of a pure and holy God, the more that you will become like him. Psalm 37:4 says that if you take delight in the Lord, that God will give you the desires of your heart. So as you delight in God, suddenly you just no longer desire to do impure things. It's just no longer a part of you. It's not forced. It just literally, that desire just leaves you. So first and foremost, seek God every day through worship, through prayer, and through reading the Bible. The more time that you spend in his presence, the better. Also getting involved, serving in a church, and having accountability, because if you want stability, then you're gonna need accountability as well. So have somebody there that you can call if you feel weak or vulnerable, who can pray for you and fast with you. And another thing, my dear friends at the XXX Church have an incredible program. So anytime that you go and you try to put any XXX website on your computer, it will actually block you. So I would definitely suggest that you go to xxxchurch.com and get yourself that program. It will really help you. And they also have great online accountability groups as well that could help you to stay pure and to seek a pure life and to overcome your addiction to pornography, because anybody that has an addiction doesn't really want to be there. They just feel like they don't have any way out. But I'm here today to tell you that you do have a way out.
That's great. That's a lot of support. I didn't even realize you could do all of that.
Yeah.
So that's some really awesome information. Britt, on set, set, did you ever feel like, get me out of here? What's one moment you were like, get me off this set?
Okay, I'm gonna be really honest with you right now. When I first got in the porn industry, I was 18 years old. I was very, very thin, and they would put me in scenes that were like barely legal, barely 18, and they would want to put me in like schoolgirl outfits and pigtails and stuff like that, and I would do it at first, and then I remember feeling like, Brittni, what are you doing? Like, and I would start thinking like, am I encouraging like child molestation? Like, what am I doing? Like, I would really feel really disgusting inside because I thought that I was encouraging something that was very, very perverted. And so what I ended up doing was I started getting like tattoos around my body. I got one on my arm, my ankle, to try to make myself look older, and that didn't work. So I just finally said, you know what? I'll film for you, but I'm not going to do the pigtail stuff because, it made me feel really bad about myself.
That's wild. I think people aren't really expecting people in the porn industry or any kind of industry that's a little bit outside the norm to really think further outside that. So I think obviously God had like put that in your heart long before. So that was an indicator that the presence of God was always with you. So that's awesome. Do you think that you see yourself in the near future possibly having children? Has that been on your radar? Just a thought on the radar? Just wondering.
I love kids so much with all my heart, and I think that if it were up to me, I probably would have already had children. But there's, just a series of circumstances. Like, my husband and I, we do want to be prepared. Like, I never wanted to bring a child into this world and not be ready for the child.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that maybe we could get pregnant. Like, it would be really nice if we could get pregnant this year. I would love that. It would make my dreams come true. But we'll see.
Flowing with God's plan. So thanks for answering some more of those questions. We definitely want to get to know Britt more, and we're just super excited that she's able to get across to us what it's really like, what that life was really like. So thanks for sharing.
Of course, and thanks so much for coming on my channel. It's such a blessing to have you, and we just thank you so much again for tuning in. Hey, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, and comment below. I love hearing from you. Thank you again for tuning in. God bless you. Bye.